Good evening, believers. Good evening to everybody here on Facebook, to everybody on Instagram and YouTube. Hi, how are you doing? This is Love Coach Dasha. I am coming to you today for the Healing Hour Live. Now, you're in the right place and you found the right woman if you are going through the trauma of having been cheated on by the person you love. You are still in this relationship. The typical advice of leave him, girl, leave him, just doesn't quite sit right with you. That's not quite what you want to do. Hey there, Black Willow. Hi, how are you doing over there on Instagram? Let's see, girl. I just want you to know that it is absolutely possible for you to be able to be with the person that you love still, even after infidelity. I know that seems like some crazy talk. I know it does. But I know that it's true because I did it. Because me and my husband are almost 15 years past D-Day. In November, it'll be 15 years past the last D-Day, not the first, the last D-Day that we had together. We're almost at 15 years right this second. And we are better than ever before. Like every year gets better and better and better and better and better. I am long healed. I am long trusting and happy and open and vulnerable all over again. I am there and I know how to get you there. The key is my formula, the dreams formula. I have been working this for some years now. I worked it on myself. I've been working it with other women. Hey there, Mama Con, how you doing? I have been working it with so many women, dealing with this dreams formula, and it works, okay? The things that you need to do and to have, it's 6 steps, and it works, okay? Hey, girl, I see you over there. All right, so let me just tell you, everybody on Instagram, you can already see me. You can already say hi. If you're on Facebook, what I need you to do is go on to StreamYard.com/Facebook and just allow StreamYard to see you. I put everything out through StreamYard, and I can see everybody's name on StreamYard if you actually allow them to see it. Okay, so do that for me so I can see everybody's name there. But I'm still clicking around, going to different pages and everything right now. Let me make sure I can see everything. Where is the feed? Where's the live feed? Trying to find it on Facebook. Hey, Angela, how you doing? Goodness. Had lipstick on my teeth. Now I tell you, this Fenty, this Icon lipstick, I'm trying to tell you, it's an awesome lipstick, but once it gets on my teeth, it's impossible to get off. But I love it. All right. Hey there to everybody. Paula, you're so welcome. I'm glad to be here with you. You said vulnerable is a tough one. Yes, vulnerable is a tough one, but we can do it. We absolutely can do it. We can choose our feelings. We don't have to be afraid and holding back and behind a wall forever and ever. We don't have to do that. Marsha, hey, how you doing, girl? You know what, Marsha? I sent you an email and it came back. I put the email address wrong. I got to send you out your email again. Angela, good evening to you. Aliska, yay, I'm here with you again. I'm so happy for traveling to the U.S. so I can be with you live. Oh, yay, you're here. You're in the U.S. Hi, welcome. So glad you're here. Fantastic. I'm so glad that you are here. All right. Hey, Christy, how you doing? Glad you are here. So many new people in the Facebook group. So many new people. I don't know what happened. Facebook was like, oh, this is the spot. This is the place to be. And so it's starting to promote me out there and tell people, come join this group. So many people are like, oh yeah, Facebook suggested it. So I'm grateful the algorithm decided to do me right today. But hundreds of women over the last couple of weeks, hundreds of women have flooded into the group because you're not alone, okay? There are plenty of women out here just like you. There are almost 4,000 in the group right now who are trying to work it out. People keep on telling you that that's not doable, that that's not sensible, that that's not ever done. And I'm trying to tell you that's big time lies, okay? That is cap, as they say. That is not true. There are plenty of women every single solitary day who want to get back together, who want to work it out. And you just happen to be one of them. Right this second, shed some shame about that, some guilt, whatever it is that has been holding you back, making you feel bad. I want you to shed a little bit of that right now, just looking around and seeing everybody else here with you, okay? All right. So, yeah, you were wondering, yeah, I put it in wrong and I didn't realize it until I went to send the email for tonight. So I got to send it back to you. I'm sorry, girl. I got you. All right, let's see. So much to talk about, but you know what? We're going to start like we always start so that we make sure that we do things in the proper order, so that I make sure that I tell you all the things that you need to know going forward, okay? First thing we're going to talk about is doing our deep breathing. Have you been doing your deep breathing? Bet you haven't, have you? If you have not been doing your deep breathing, whether you're brand new here or you've been talking to me for a while now, I need you to be doing your deep breathing. I need you to be working on that every day. 5 times a day, okay? We need to be working on that because you are going through a trauma, and one of the key things to help you with the trauma is going to be your deep breathing, because trauma affects you physically, okay? So if we do something physically to combat the effects of the trauma, we lessen the effects of the trauma, okay? We do it. Just don't even think about why. Don't worry about it. Just trust me when I say do your deep breathing, okay? So we're going to do it together. We're going to do it 3 times. Hey, Felicia, glad to see you, girl. We are going to do it together. We're going to do it 3 times just for the sake of time, but I want you to be doing it 5 times a day, okay? You promise? Everybody get with me on this, because I promise you it will make you feel so much better when you're doing your deep breathing. What we do is a 4-7-8 technique. What we do is we blow like you're blowing out birthday candles. You want to exhale, totally get your lungs empty. Then you want to inhale through your nose for a count of 4, gonna hold that breath for a count of 7, and then you're gonna blow out like you're blowing out those birthday candles, whole big old cake full of them. You're turning 150. Blow like you were blowing out those birthday candles for a count of 8, okay? We're gonna do it 3 times in a row. It's gonna make you feel good, trust me. Come on, do it with me, all right? All right, first things first, blow out. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How does that feel? How does it feel when you're doing the deep breathing? Let me know. Send me lots of hearts if you feel like it's great, you're feeling good. Send me love, send me comments. Let me know exactly how you feel when you're doing the deep breathing. It should make you feel better. It should open you up a little bit. It should reduce some of that pounding in your head. Caroline, you feeling it? You feeling good with that too? It should let you think a little bit clearer. It should calm that racing heart. It should be good for your lungs. And your lungs are hurting, right? Your lungs and your chest from that heartache and the pain that's going on in your chest. It aches, right? When you do your deep breathing, that's better. It feels a little bit better. So I want you to be doing your deep breathing, okay? I promise you, deep breathing. I worked as a nurse for 20 years, okay? And I have been transitioning over to just being a relationship coach. And I have found that across the board, deep breathing will help you with all sorts of pain. It can help you with emotional pain. It can help you with physical pain. Just go for it. Be doing that on a regular basis, just as your regular self-care. You need to be taking care of yourself. Start with the basics. Start with the breathing, all right? Paula, it helps you be present, right? And isn't that what we need? We need that the most, right? In order to get past the trauma, we got to get past the past. So if you are doing your deep breathing, you are in your body right this second. Not back then, Not when you were in pain, not when you first found out, not when D-Day first happened and your whole world crashed. You are right here, right now, on July 21st, 2022, with me here instead of back there. That is an invaluable thing to have, isn't it? When you are going through this, you need that. You need to be able to be present. You need to be able to come back to here and now so that you're not struggling so hard. So it is good stuff, okay? Promise you, do it all the time. And even when you're just sitting around doing absolutely nothing, do your deep breathing. It's going to always help. Your anxiety level is way up here. We need to be slowly. Every time we do that deep breathing, we're bringing that anxiety level down level by level until it's at a place where we can actually catch it. We can actually do something with it instead of it being above us and beyond us, okay? Does that make sense? All right, the second thing I always and will always tell you to do is do your journaling. Have you been doing your journaling? I always ask, I'm always going to ask, you need to be doing your journaling. Your journaling is another one of those things that is going to help with trauma. You got a lot of thoughts, right? We're trying to get those thoughts out. You don't direct those thoughts at your partner. Write them down in your journal. You will find not only are you repeating yourself multiple times, you will find that you have better times than you think you do. You will find out that when it is bad, it's maybe not quite as bad as you thought it is. You'll discover all sorts of stuff in the journal pages. But you gotta be journaling to do that. You gotta be consistent with that. So every day, twice a day, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes before you go to bed. That's all I'm asking you for. I may be asking you for about an hour's worth of self-care time altogether, just thinking about what I'm telling you and actually doing it. It's not even a whole hour, okay? 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, so that you can just write down your feelings. You can get them out. They're out of your head and down on the paper. There's something therapeutic about connecting that pen to your brain, as I said in Hamilton, and writing down that pain, getting it out of there. It makes it so that it's not as much a part of you anymore. You have it still. It is there. You can go back and look at it, but you've gotten some of it out. And your brain is like, oh, well, yeah, you wrote it down. That's important. You wrote something down with pen and paper, so it's going to be permanent. We don't have to worry too much about that same exact thought anymore, and then it will start to let some of the thoughts go. Okay, that's what we want, right? We want that to happen. We do not want to keep having these god-awful thoughts, so we got to start releasing some of them. Okay, Polly said, yeah, 3 months behind, but I bought one yesterday. Girl, better late than never, okay? The next best time to start is always right now, right? So what? You didn't start 3 months ago. It's all good. As long as you're starting now, you can start reaping benefits immediately. Now, I don't care what kind of journal you got. I'm glad you got one. Do you have a fuzzy one? I got a fuzzy one. Do you have an itty bitty one? I've got an itty bitty one. I've got ones that are self-care planners. I've got ones that zip and have pockets. It does not matter what journal you use. It does not matter what pen you use. Sit down and use it, okay? I promise you it is going to help to make you feel better. It's going to get some of that stuff out of your head. 3 things that you need to remember when you're journaling. You need to do your date. You need to do your time. You need to do your level of anxiety, all right? 0 to 10. 0 is no anxiety at all. You are perfectly fine. All is right with the world. 10 is a loss of control. Generally, you're not going to be sitting there journaling if you are in a loss of control, okay? So check yourself. If you're about to write down 10, but you're in control of yourself enough to be actually journaling, you're probably not actually at a 10. Does that make sense? Okay. But journaling, having a 10 is loss of control, like I want to rip my hair out, tear my clothes off, run screaming down the street naked, okay? That's how bad a 10 is. And that's as bad as it can get. It cannot get any bigger than that. And that is also comforting too, to be able to put a number on it and corral it, and so that it is never beyond a 10. It can never get to a 20. It can never get that big. It gives you some way of managing it in your brain, collecting it and deciding, okay, it's not as big as I'm thinking that it is. It's a little bit smaller. I can manage that. Does that make sense? I'm going fast today because there's so much to get to. I have so many questions to get to. So I'm going to be going fast today. All right. So another thing that you can do right now to help with your trauma is to remember the good stuff. When you are doing your journaling, right? Remember to put in good stuff. Remember that good stuff happens to you. I always do Thirsty Thursday. That's today, where we talk about the good stuff. We talk about the things that we have to celebrate this week, because you can talk about the bad stuff all you want to, but your life still consists of good moments. Good things happen to you. Good things happen with your honey too. Even though you're hurting, those things still happen. So you have to be mindful of them and put those things at the front of your mind instead of always having the front of your mind crowded with those terrible thoughts. And he's so awful, and he must think that I'm so awful, and I know that I'm awful. I've been already having that insecurity anyway. Instead of having those at the front of your mind, be thinking about the things that you are grateful for, the things that are wonderful about your life that you're happy about. Okay, it's a practice. You have to be mindful about it, but if you're consistent with it, you can battle those negative thoughts. It's an excellent way to do it. So Thirsty Thursday, let me shout out the people who gave me some good Thirsty Thursday information. So Dominique said, I've been able to get out of bed the past couple of days. Dominique, before I say, enough said, girl. Enough said. You got out of the bed. That is just a key thing right there. Just being able to get up and get moving again. When you're devastated, you feel like you're just boneless on the floor sometimes, but you were able to get up and get out of bed, and that is freaking excellent. Okay. You said, my husband and I aren't together. It may never be, but I'm hopeful that my healing is on the way. Dominique, I'm trying to tell you, if you're not together right now, I bet you can work it out. As you are starting to heal, as you are starting to forgive, it makes it so much easier to come back together. If you still want that, that is still possible. Don't worry about that. But right now, you got out of bed. Right now, you started with the basics. Let's work with the basics first, okay? Good job. Angela. Hey, Angela. Angela said, my husband has been so free and happy since D-Day. He was feeling so guilty he had gone into a depression. I know, right? You do something awful, and then you know you got that secret, and then you start feeling bad because you got that secret, but it's like, oh, I don't know, if I get found out, I'm gonna be dumped. I'm gonna be in the street. And then he found out that you still loved him anyway, and he was like, oh, I am free. I know it's some people don't like that, but that is a good thing that he feels like you are the safe place. He said before D-Day he was grumpy and would snap at me. I know everybody does that when they're mad, when they're guilty. And the other day it was hot, 100 degrees, and he had been working out in the heat. He snapped at me about something I asked him to do at work. He immediately apologized for talking to me the way he did and said he was trying to change. I can tell he's really trying hard. Angela, that's because you're trying hard. I promise you, your effort is inspiring his effort. I promise that is exactly what happened. You are willing to forgive. You are still loving him. He is going to try his very, very best to live up to that. Okay? So good job. Excellent work. Excellent Thirsty Thursday stuff. If you have something you want me to share Thirsty Thursday, you want me to shout you out, I certainly will, because I enjoy saying good news. I like being able to say the good news. I know we were going through some terrible stuff. I get that, but the good still exists, okay? You got to pay attention to it. Now, one more thing before we go into questions and whatnot. Always trying to teach you things that will help with the trauma. So, you want to ask questions, right? There's this little voice in your head that tells you, I must know all of the details before I can forgive, before I can move on, before I can get past this. And I'm telling you that little voice in your brain is a liar, is a big old liar. You don't need that information. You don't need all that excess stuff in your head, okay? I promise it's not going to help you with your healing. It is just going to give your brain more ammunition to use against your healing. That is why it's asking you for that, okay? It's telling you that it's for your healing, but it's not. It is to prevent you from healing. It's to throw up more bricks on that wall so that you won't go forward, so that you'll keep being isolated from him because you know all of these horrible, horrible details. So instead of doing that, I want you to try a more positive tack. You want to talk to him. You want to be interested in what he has to say. You want to be intimate again. Okay, try this out. All right, this is the And deck from theskindeep.com. I always show it. I appreciate them for this deck because this is a really good game. This is really good to ask each other good questions. This is the healing edition, so that's mostly what it's about. And I am going to give you a couple of these questions so that you can ask a more positive, more connecting question than what positions did you have sex with her in. That is not a good question to bring you closer. Okay, I know it seems like a good question in your brain, but it's not a good question to actually heal. So I'll give you some replacement questions. All right. What's one thing you think I really want to do with you? Oh, that could go to some interesting places. What is one thing that you really think that I want to do with you? You think I really want to do with you? All right. Let's get another one here. All right. When was the last time you felt really connected to me? Isn't that a better question? Seriously? Isn't that a better question? When was the last time that you felt really connected to me? It's a good question. All right. And one more for you. Ooh, interesting. What am I missing? What am I missing? You never know. You might answer that, and he might answer that. You might have completely different answers because you're missing it, right? So you need to know that. That's some good, important stuff for you to know, all right? You need to know what you're missing. And, you know, if you got something that he's missing, I bet you he feels like he's not missing it. But that's all right. It's a good question to ask, all right? So that's the basics. That is always what I come to talk to you about every single week. If you've never been to one of my lives before, welcome. I do this every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because I want to help. I want to answer questions. I want people to feel better. I want women to understand that you absolutely can stay and give you the reasons and the ways to do it. I know the how. All right. All right. So, but that being said, there are so many new people here that I know I am a little blunt and I may come off like I'm coming down on you sometimes, okay? Anybody that's here that has actually worked with me before, tell them I will fuss at you, okay? This is what happened with this question. Somebody asked in the group, so I want to test this guy I was with for, I was been with since about 4 years now. So I made a fake account on Facebook and I started to chat with him. He chatted back. And when I asked him if he had a girlfriend or anything, he said no and things like that. And I found out he really didn't want to be with me. And yet he told me he loves me. So I texted and told him everything and told him it's over. All he said was, okay, cool. Was I wrong for what I did? Did I cause my breakup? Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. All right. So everybody, it appears, was with her on this. They were like, oh, you didn't believe that he would be faithful, so you tested him and he failed, and you're so good about that, and I'm glad that you got him out of your life. I see that very differently. I see that going down a completely different way. And I know that the reason that you all felt like that, so many people felt like that, was because you're all coming from the same place. You're all coming from pain. You're all coming from being unhealed in the moment. All right. I am good and healed. I am 15 years past it, and I have a little bit of different perspective on it. She asked, number one, was she wrong? I am never going to sit here and say that you're not wrong when you're wrong, okay? I am just not going to do that. I want you to heal as fast as humanly possible. So if you're doing something that is wrong for yourself, doing something that is leading you away from the healing path, I'm going to be on that. I'm going to tell you. So I told her, yes, you were super wrong. All right. So you started off saying that you wanted to test him. For what? Did you have a reason to think that he wouldn't pass? Okay, she may have. Even if you had some reason, if you had just wanted to break up with him, all you had to do was say so. That's all any of us got to do. If you want to break up, don't go catfishing. Don't go trying to be deceptive and manipulative when you're telling him that that's the wrong thing, and then break up with him. Just go ahead and break up with him. Don't do anything wrong to justify just being able to leave, because you are perfectly free to leave. You absolutely can do that if you want to. I said in 4 years, this is my key component. He knows you and he knows the way you speak. He knows it was you. I know people always do this. I know that this is a thing now. People get on the internet and go make a brand new Facebook profile with no friends on it that just got made and start trying to catfish your beloved. Okay, most of them know. All right, I've been doing this for some years now. He knew it was you, and then you broke up with him because you were doing the wrong thing. He probably figured, oh, well, she doesn't want to be with me anyway. She did all of that just to say we were going to break up, instead of just saying, I'm feeling it a little insecure right now. I would like you to reassure me. I'd like, some affection, some intimacy. I'd like to be, treated good for a little bit. Instead of doing that, you did something manipulative and you lied and you did something that you wouldn't want him to do to you. So I'm going to tell you you're wrong. I know I got a couple of people that were very, very upset with me for that. And I completely understand, because you're coming at it from feeling like I'm insecure, so I should be able to do whatever it takes for me to feel secure. That is not true. That is another one of those lies that the trauma tells, that it's okay to just do whatever you feel like, even when you know it's wrong. But you're justified because it's you and because you're hurting, so you can go ahead and do it. That slows you down. You know it's not the right thing to do. Don't do it. Okay? I'm going to always tell you that. I promise you that. You may be upset with me, and that's fine. All right? I give lots and lots of encouragement too. Don't think that I don't. But anybody else, I don't know, let me look back over here. Anybody that has worked with me before and knows that I will fuss, that I will get on you about doing the wrong thing. Alicia, you saying yes to, I will tell you. I will tell you. I will not lie to you. People accuse me of sugarcoating because I always say that any relationship, it can be worked out from any point. And it can. That's not sugarcoating. That's not trying to make it look superficially good. I have seen it happen. I know for sure a little bit of change goes a long way, and you can change your relationship from just about anywhere, even after the cheating. You have the power. You have power, but you have got to start. That's not sugarcoating. That's just the truth. Sugarcoating would be me saying, well, yes, that's perfectly excused that you did something deceptive and manipulative in order to feel more secure. No, that's not the way it goes. That's not how you heal. That's what happens. If you do those things, then your brain says, oh yeah, do something a little sneaky. Do something to make me feel better. And then you get caught in this cycle of doing the wrong thing consistently. And if you keep doing the wrong thing to your partner, just as you found out, you start to feel a little less close to them. So they're not going to want to be with you either if you're doing things that are awful that you know are awful. All right. I'm sorry. I know people had a problem with me saying that. I was the only person that said anything like that. I get it. But I'm coming at it from healed instead of coming at it from pain. All right. Does that make sense? You all let me know. How did I manage what? Alicia? How did I do what? I was talking so much I didn't know what she said. Okay, Polly said, for me, my forgiveness wasn't conditional. I forgave him while she was texting me before I even got home. Separating and forgiveness from triggers and pain has been helpful. Yes, you are every day forgiving. You're already making that choice. It's just the fact that you have to deal with the consequences. The trauma involved is a different thing. All right. You being willing to forgive is a completely separate thing from dealing with the aftermath of being betrayed. You got to get past that. You got to work on those things. Alicia, you said my mouth is reckless. Yes, I did tell you that your mouth was reckless, and it is. I'm not lying to anybody, okay? And I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm going to tell you the very honest truth, okay? I'm not going to sit here and beat around the bush and have you, like, I feel like some therapists kind of take advantage and have you there talking about your pain and talking about your issues for years on end, instead of being like, okay, look, what are we going to do about this? Let's get some action going, and don't do those things that are sabotaging yourself, because then you're sabotage. Don't do that. We will have less pain. All right. So that's what I'm all about. I'm like, let's do something. Let's do better than we've been doing. And if something is holding you up from progressing, I'm going to be on that. I'm going to be telling you that you are not doing the right thing. Let's see. Elizabeth said that's exactly what they do out of their own pain and fear. They lie and manipulate and cheat. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. We should not do the same. Exactly. You're a hypocrite if you say to them, well, you shouldn't lie and you shouldn't be manipulative and you shouldn't cheat behind my back and be doing things secretly. And then you're going and catfishing them. That doesn't make any sense. You are not a credible person to listen to if you are accepting those things. If you ever say to yourself, well, I'm justified. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you know that it's wrong because you're saying that you're justifying it. You know already. You're aware. That's why she asked in the question, was I wrong? Yes, you were wrong, okay? I'm always going to tell you. Let me show you laughing. I'm saying, man, you got to know. That's the way you heal. If you keep on doing the same things you did when you weren't healed, you're not going to heal. So we got to do better. We got to do better. All right, let's see. So much today. All right, but yes, I will tell you that you're super wrong. And everybody that was like, oh, you trusted your gut and blessing disguise, good for you. That was the wrong advice to give her. And do not do that, okay? Don't go catfishing people. And then you mad because he knew it was you and you break up with him. And he's like, okay. Everybody was like, well, he should have done better. No, you should do better. Don't throw the curveball and then expect him to react appropriately to the curveball. Don't throw the curveball. All right? All right, let's see. Got Thursday out the way. Let me close that. All right, what else? Lots of questions. Lots of good questions today. Thank you all so much. Excellent questions. I love your questions. You always have such good questions for me. All right. You said, Alondra, you said you late, but you here. Girl, that's all that counts, girl. Better late than never. Slow motion is better than no motion, okay? Alicia, you said, I'm laughing at you getting on me like, on me. I was like, what? But I needed it. That's the thing. Your brain will keep telling you that you're right. Your brain will keep telling you you're doing the wrong thing. You're doing something. You was popping off at the mouth. You was feeling it. Your brain was telling you that's okay because you're hurt and it's fine, but it's not. That's not the way you want things to end up. You got to start how you want to finish. If you want to be happy and peaceful and being able to have good conversations instead of snapping, you can't be snapping to start with. You gotta work on all of that and you're healing. All right, good questions to start off with. I got lots, so we're gonna try and fit them all in. I'm probably gonna be a little later than 9. Is that all right with y'all? Y'all all right if I go a little later than 9? Cause yeah, lots of questions. Lots of them. All right, let's see. First one, Diana. Diana asked one. People were like, yes, that. I want to know that. Diana said, I'm stuck on forgiving him because he hasn't truly apologized and won't take accountability for his action. Partly blames me for his decision. Can you speak on moving forward without getting closure? That is an excellent... So articulate too, Diana. That is exactly how so many people feel like that. Another one, Dana's like, yep, I like that idea. Aliska, you said it too. You was like, oh, you saw a video on YouTube for it. Okay. Let's see. Christy said yes. Monique said that's a good topic. It is a good topic. We're going to talk about that. So the first thing you need to know is your closure does not come from him. That's where you're getting this messed up. That's where you're having a difficulty why you can't get there because you're looking for it in the wrong place. Your closure comes from you. Your closure doesn't come from him. Your closure comes from within you. Okay? It's not, you can't look outside for it. Nobody's going to hand it to you on a silver platter and say, here you go. It's all closed up now. It's all fixed. You feel better. Nobody can do that. The closure is going to have to come from inside you. You said, I like the way you said this because this is the way everybody says it. truly apologized. So he has apologized. Are you saying that? Is that what you're saying? Because truly is a qualifier, okay? You're saying that he hasn't truly apologized, but I don't know if he's not apologized. Is it just that he has not apologized the way that you feel would make you feel better? I get that, okay? I was like that for like a year. I was like that. I understand it. I totally do. But the thing is, he really did apologize. You're asking him to repeatedly apologize, to always, whenever you're in a bad mood, whenever you're feeling bad, for him to start feeling remorseful and contrite, and for him to bow down, and for him to say, I'm so sorry I did this to you, even though I said it last time, honey, I'm so sorry. The thing is, to men, if you keep repeating something over and over again, it's a lie. You lose that authenticity. When he apologized, he really meant it. It just didn't come across to you in the way that you wanted to hear it. But the thing is, that's another trick of your brain. Your brain is saying, if you hear it exactly this way, then you'll be fixed. Then you will be able to forgive and it'll be okay and you will feel good about moving forward. And that is another lie. That is not true. Your brain is just tricking you. It keeps throwing little roadblocks in the way. Here, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this in order to be able to forgive, in order to be able to heal. It keeps telling you that if it was the apology, then it would be fine and everything would be okay. But I have worked with plenty of women who have had the apology. He has gone out. He has done the things. He has bought the jewelry. He has bought the flowers. He has apologized. He has got down. He has bought new rings. I have seen them do all of that. And if you're not ready to accept that apology, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. That's why the closure comes from inside you. Okay? That's why. Because he can take he takes some accountability, you said, but he's also saying to you that there was something going on between the two of you that he wants addressed too. He's like, I'm sorry, yes, but I'm still saying that this problem exists and you're not trying to address it with me. We got to address everything going forward, okay? Your pain is not the only pain going on here. We got to start addressing every bit of pain to be able to move forward together. Your closure from this situation is going to come from forgiving him. That's where it comes from. This is a person that you love and you want to be with him. You love him. You want to be close. Allow yourself to do that and you will get the closure. That's where it comes from. Once I finally was like, okay, yeah, I believe he loves me like I love him, and I am willing to forgive. I'm just going to go past this. I'm going to move past it. We're going to get past this as a couple. We're not going to keep on going through this. I'm going to forgive and move on. And that's where it came from. Okay? Does that make sense? Everybody who's listening, I don't know if Diana, if you're here, let me know. Allie said, yep. All right. Caroline's, oh my God, this apology bit is really helpful. Thank you. All right. Good. Because I was like that too. I was like, you didn't apologize. He was like, yes, I did. I have text messages where he apologized. I have written cards where he apologized. He did apologize a number of times. It just was, I wasn't ready to hear it yet. I didn't want to accept it. And so if you keep asking for an apology that you're not ready to accept, it's going to get less and less sincere. And then you're going to be looking around like, well, what happened when he won't apologize anymore? All right. That makes sense? Okay. Hope that makes sense. All right. Paulie said, sometimes I want to hear I'm sorry more than once. I know. And yes, especially when I'm feeling lost or triggered, just him showing that he's part of this or here with me in the moment. The thing is, that is lingering in that past. You're not in the moment. If you're like, go back in the past and apologize to me for that again, you're not in this moment. You got to come back to this moment. If you need some loving on, go get some loving. Go tell him, look, I am feeling some kind of way. I just need you right now. Hold me. Hold me tight. That is one of the key things. I promise you that is one of the key things that you can do that's going to make you feel better. When you go to him, instead of putting up more of a wall and getting angry and demanding apologies and demanding he bow down and be less than, because that's what it is. you're bad. I want you to be down on your knees and apologize to me. I'm good and you're not good. We don't need to keep doing that in order to heal, okay? We've got to get to a place where we're willing to go ahead and go and forgive. So instead of doing that, come to him and be on the same level with him. Hey, I need you. Come hug me. And let him just hold on tight to you. Tell him to squeeze you until he feels you relax. Because he's a little bit more objective in the moment, all right? So it helps in a couple of ways. You feel secure. You're being comforted by the person that you want to be comforted by, because a lot of this wanting to hear the apology is wanting to be comforted again. And talking about the trauma does not comfort you. So we got to stop talking about it over and over again. Go to him, tell him to hold you tight till he feels your body relax. Very basic technique. Do it every single time. Instead of talking about it, instead of demanding an apology, have him just hold you tight. Sync your breath to his, or do one of the deep breathing techniques until you can let your shoulders down, till you can let your tongue out of the roof of your mouth, till you can unclench your butt, till you can unclench your toes. You're all clenched up. You need to just focus on the physical, focus on being here now. It will bring you back to the present. And in addition to that, being held for 20 seconds or more by the person that you love produces good hormones. We need the good hormones. We need that help because we had those good hormones when we first fell in love. So if you get those hormones working by being held, guess what? You feel more close to him. You feel like you can let down the wall a little bit. So try that instead. That makes sense? You with me? Alaska said, I admit I have a remorse bar. Sometimes when I read from other women that their husband is remorseful every day, thanks them for staying every day, I feel like my man doesn't meet that bar, and I wish to have more of that, more remorse, regret, etc. I'm trying to snap out of it. Okay, let me tell you what I think about that. And I'm probably going to upset some people, okay? Because I know that there are people that are here. I don't like that. I feel like that's game. I feel like a lot of that is, I know I'm in trouble. Let me try and get out of trouble. Instead of being a little bit more genuine and authentic, that, oh, every single day, I'm not worthy of you. I'm so sorry. I don't feel, it could be completely authentic. It could be, but I feel like if you weren't like that before, then you all of a sudden acting like that is a little sus. To me. All right. If you got that and it's making you feel great and things are getting closer, absolutely run with what works. Okay. I am all about what works. But yeah, if your man is not authentically like that and he suddenly started doing that, Liska, if he suddenly was like, baby, I'm so sorry. Every day, every time you look like you were frowning, how can I help you? What can I do for you? You wouldn't believe that, would you? Would you believe that? Would you feel like that was authentic? It's not authentic coming from him. At least if you know that about your mate, then don't expect that, because then when he does do it, then you're going to be looking at him side-eyed. Like, what you doing? What is going on with that? Why are you all of a sudden remorseful? Now, it does come. As you are healing and you are getting closer together, he will be more remorseful. Mine, every now and again, will still say to me, I wish I never cheated on you. I wish I never did that to you. I'm sorry for that. It'll just come to mind like later on, but it'll be like, a year passed or something, and then he'll just say that to me because he was thinking about it. It crossed his mind. But that didn't happen until after we healed. So you got to get to the healing to get to that spontaneous, like, damn, you're a really good woman. I'm glad you stuck with me. Oh shoot, is my card in here? I think I took. Oh, haha. He gave me this last week. He gave me this bracelet last week, and he gave me this card, and he said, I'm so glad that you had the patience to see the good in me. For that, I dedicate the rest of my days in this vessel, making sure that you know you made the right decision. This is 15 years later, okay? This is almost 15 years later. So that comes, but it's not when you're in the process of healing. When you're all upset and he's all upset and we're struggling just to see if we're even going to be together, it's a little hard to do that, all right? Make sense? All right, Polly said most of the time what works is I'm here with you. Thank you, girl. I'm glad that it works for you. Because honestly, like I tried the stuff that it doesn't work. It sucked. It really did, and it didn't help me, and it made me feel stressed. And hey, Felicia, I see you over there on Instagram. Hey, girl. But yeah, it stressed me out. And when you're doing that stuff, that was a nice note, wasn't it, Alaska? Oh my gosh. I was sitting there like I was about to cry. I was like, oh, that's my baby. He will say that every now and again now because I'm not sensitive to it anymore. He can bring it up without me crying. He can bring it up without me being ready to choke him. You know what I mean? So yeah. Allie said mine actually thanked me for marrying him randomly. Yeah, it's not every day, but when they're like, you know what, you really forgave me. Forgiving somebody is a very powerful thing, okay? He's probably never had that before. You have done something amazing and miraculous to be like, I forgive you. I want to love you anyway. I'm going to marry you anyhow. We're going to work through this together. We're going to be together. For you to be able to do that, that's a miraculous thing to have happen. To be truly forgiven, even when you know you're wrong, when you're just dead ass wrong. You're just, you just wrong as two left feet. It is something to see when you have somebody actually forgive you for that. So, I'm asking you to work a miracle here. I'm asking you to do something that he has never seen before. It is going to show him that you are the best possible person that could possibly be with him because you're willing to forgive. Felicia said, hate when the triggers pop up. Summertime makes it worse. Oh, girl, yes. We outside now in the summertime, and it's a little warm. It's warm in here. Can you see me sweating? I'm shining. It is so hot. It's hot overnight here. So yeah, people behave badly when it's good and hot. People don't do as well when it's sweltering hot. More people get shot when it's good and hot. So yeah, it can happen. Yeah, it gets a little tense during the summertime. You got less, and you're not dealing with your kids going to school, and like you're dealing with less stuff during the day. Yeah, it can be a little tense. I understand that. All right, more questions. Diana, fantastic. Thank you. Aliska, there you are. You said falling back in love and also the pent up anger. I realize I have a lot of it. I have violent fantasies about the AP sometimes, but less frequently about my partner. I'm not ashamed or afraid of them. I see them as a signal that I'm still dealing with anger that I don't show on a day to day. I'm also not a fan of ignoring it or sweeping it under the rug. How to process it? I like that. That's a great question. Very thoughtful. You're not trying to hurt anybody, but a little fantasy never hurt anybody. If you're sitting here thinking about all the ways that you could do her in, I get that. I'm with you on that. All right. But you know what I like to do for anger? Break something. You're here in America. Go to some thrift stores, okay? Go to some thrift stores. My favorite is those little teacups and saucers. They break real good. And go and smash some stuff. It gets a lot of that anger out. Do things that can. And we actually have. I don't know if you've ever seen. We've got rooms that you can go into. You get suited up. You get a bat. You get some goggles, and you can break stuff. Okay, I promise you. So cathartic. Get some of that stuff out. Breaking something, being a little destructive, being a little violent, where you're not actually hurting another person is really good for getting some of that anger out. All right. But as far as falling back in love, okay, we remember when we were first falling in love, right? Falling in love was a hormonal thing. Falling in love was dopamine and serotonin pumping, and you were feeling real good. You were feeling almost the exact same level of good that you are when you are high on cocaine. Okay, it's about the same thing chemically, like biochemically. It's about the same. You're a little obsessive, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you're just obsessed about this person. That is a temporary thing, okay? That feeling is not permanent, just like no other feeling is permanent. Just remember that too. No feeling is permanent. All feelings are temporary. They come and then they go. We are supposed to experience them, okay? The same way, go ahead and experience the anger. Be mad. Fantasize a little bit about doing her in. Totally do that. Indulge in the feeling for a little while, but then let it go. then you've got room for another feeling to come, which could be falling in love. You can get that feeling by doing the things that you did when you were in love, but doing them willingly. Not sitting there and being like, well, I'm doing all this for him, trying to get my feelings back. He needs to be appreciative. Not all that mumbling and muttering in your head, but actually doing it with willingness. Like, I love this person here. Let me do this thing that I show my love through. Do those things and do them willingly, and that feeling kind of rushes back. That in love feeling will come back. You get a little surge of those hormones. But in the meantime, get a little replacement therapy. Do the hug thing. Hug for more than 20 seconds. Kiss for 10 seconds or more. It will get those hormones flowing. You'll get at least not, if not that fully in love feeling back, you'll get a rush of hormones. You'll get that attraction. You'll get that chemistry going again. We got to activate our bodies. Our bodies are responding to this anxiety. So we've got to activate a different part of our bodies to be able to combat that anxiety and get back to the good feelings. Does that make sense, Aliska? We get all deep. We get all deep with that. Allie, yes, rage rooms. Thank you, Allie. Yes, yes. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That looks like a whole lot of fun. Okay. I am certainly going to go do that one day. But honestly, I can go to the thrift store and get a couple little glass trinkets or whatever that are cheap and just smash them in the alley, and I feel better. Punch a pillow, scream, dance really hard for about 10 minutes, like run. Your fight or flight instinct will get engaged. So if you do some physical activity, because that's what fight or flight is, it wants you to run or it wants you to fight. So do the physical activity, you get rid of some of the rage. All right. Oh, that's good. All right. You got that? You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. What else? What else? Alondra, you were with me on that. How to overcome that anger. How to work on that. How to bring it down. Sometimes you just gotta feel it. Sometimes you just gotta go with it. Felicia said, I need that. You want to do a rage room too? Girl, it sounds like fun. How can we ignore that strong fear? For me, the fear that he is great over here with me, but also has another woman. See, that's the thing. You are trying to be a psychic. Do you have that particular ability? Are you psychic? I don't think you are, right? You're imagining this. You are imagining that he's with somebody else. You in particular, he lives across the street, so you could see it. But he's right there. He's with you. Be present in the moment. Be present in being with him. And then you're not so stressed about him being with somebody else. And when that thought comes along, well, he could be with somebody else. He could be. He could be. That is a possibility in the realm of possibilities. Yes, it is. But I don't think that is the case. I am believing the best of him. I'm forgiving him. I am trusting that he is not doing that. Okay? Just consistently talking to those thoughts. Talk back. Those thoughts are not you. They're not you. I know they sound like you. I know they got a voice like yours, but they're not you. That is a deep, dark animal part of your brain that is freaking out, and it is trying to convince you to freak out too. Calm it, soothe it, tell it no, that's not what we're doing right now. We are forgiving, we are loving, we are trusting, we are not believing that he's with anybody else, and he loves us. Why would he do that? He's not going to do that. All right. He said, my boss told me lying is good if he treats you well, and he could be lying as long as you're happy. That's what matters. Is it true? Just act like they possibly don't have anyone else. I mean, that's what everybody does anyway. That's totally normal to believe that your person doesn't have anybody else. You may have insecurities about it, but that doesn't mean that it's true. And if you're happy together and they're treating you well and things are going well, yeah, that's good. People lie all the time. People lie all the time, okay? People lie, big lies, little lies, okay? And my favorite quote about lying is that falsehood is invariably the child of fear. When we lie, we're afraid of something. Something is scary, and we lie to try and cover it up, to try and protect ourselves. Just understand that about them. We all lie, okay? Just understand that about him, except that sometimes he may not be completely 100% truthful. You are not completely 100% truthful all the time either. And let's just go ahead and accept each other as the flawed human beings we are, instead of having that standard of being perfect and saying, oh no, you would never lie to me. Like, no, you're a person just like I'm a person. Things can happen, things can go wrong. All right. Let's see. Zanisha said, how to not think it's something wrong with you, and that's why they cheated. And then she also said how not to feel insecure about yourself after their infidelity. Those two things really go together, don't they? Those two things are really closely related. You're talking about insecurity. You're talking about feeling like you're not good enough, like feeling like something is so wrong with you that it made them make a bad decision. That's not how decisions work. That's not how that works. See how much your brain will lie to you. Them making a decision is not about you. It's not saying that you're not good enough. It's saying that they are having an issue they want to try and solve with sex, which unfortunately is a thing. Men are told a lot of time that their problems are going to be solved with sex. They'll feel better. It'll be okay. So he's going to the coping skill that he knows for his issue. It doesn't have anything to do with you. It's not about you. If you just feel insecure, you got to work on that yourself. You got to be working on that. You got to be working every day to feel wonderful about yourself. I don't care what you need to do. Sensory works. Sensory stuff works for insecurity. Doing things like engaging all your senses. I love freaking gold, okay? I love presents anyway, but like wearing my jewelry, okay? I like doing that. Look at my pretty earrings he gave me too. I dress myself. This is a very pretty dress in bright colors, and it makes me feel cheery and sunny, and it's a very soft material. It's almost kind of like pajamas, and so it makes me feel good, and it has pockets. Okay, so this is like the perfect dress. It feels great on me. I like to wear it. Engage your sense of smell. Your sense of smell is one of your strongest like memory centers, so you can remember good things from good smells. What my favorite smells: new money and new books. Okay, those things bring back great memories for me. Being in Barnes and Noble was my spot for quite some time. Inhaling those beautiful books, sitting in those aisles and just reading for hours, that's a good memory for me. New money, that became a thing after I got my second nursing job, and I got paid more than I had ever been paid. No, my first one, as a matter of fact. I got paid more than I'd ever seen before in my entire life, because I was only 19. And that money came out of the ATM, crispy, brand new, sequential bills, and that smell has always associated with freedom to me, with happiness to me. All right, so it's all about that. Engage your senses, give yourself the good stuff, and remind yourself of good stuff. Okay, look at things that make you happy instead of things that make you sad. Listen to music that uplifts you instead of bringing you down. There's a meme on Facebook. It was like, oh yeah, me playing the sad part over because it didn't make me sad enough. If you have a sad song, stop listening to it. Okay, listen to stuff that makes you happy. I talked to a woman who I had been coaching, and she said, I never realized how much I was listening to just heartbreak songs the whole time before I met you. Then I started working with you and things started going better, and I changed my whole playlist up. She said, I found the music list that I had when I was hurting, and every song up there is about hurting. Yes, you will gravitate to that. So you got to make the conscious decision not to do that. Switch it back around. Okay. You got to get away from that. Engage your senses in a positive way. Tell yourself that you deserve beautiful, rich fabric. You deserve gorgeous jewelry. You deserve to put a little makeup on. You deserve to feel good and pamper yourself and engage your senses in those ways. It's going to help you feel better about yourself. Let's see, insecure, yeah. And your self-talk too. Make sure that you are regularly, if you got to set an alarm for it, okay, you're doing five times a day doing your your deep breathing. If that is the case, you're already doing that five times a day. During that period of time, stop and give yourself an affirmation at the same time. I, do your deep breathing, and then on the last one, repeat a few times a mantra that will help you during the day. I am beautiful. I am feminine. I am desired. You can say that. You can say, I am the best possible choice for my mate. All of those good things. Say good things about yourself. Get that self-talk going well, because your little brain is tricking you again, telling you that you're bad and you're awful, and that's why this happened to you, and that's why you shouldn't go back to them. And that is another trick in order to keep you isolated after the trauma. So we cannot listen to that. Don't listen to that. It is lying to you. Felicia said, it's funny, but I get it. All right. Him not believing what I tell him brings anger, and his insecurities sometimes make me wonder about him. See, you focusing on him. See, we do this every time, girl. Stop worrying about his feelings. Pay attention to your feelings, okay? If he's not believing what you're telling him, release that. Okay, all right. You gotta believe me. I'll show you, but I can show you better than I can tell you, is the saying. I'll just show you. And if you don't believe me when I show you, okay, well, there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not going to sit here and be all stressed out and wondering about you and your insecurities when I'm trying to deal with me and my own insecurities. You handle yours, I'm going to handle mine. Every time I talk to somebody, that is my main thing, is you handle your own part of this equation. You handle your own healing. You work on your own insecurities, your own self-esteem, on your own. Work on that and direct yourself towards healing, and I promise you, you will get to the healing. All right. Allie, you said my thing are art and wallets. Happy. I know that's right. There you go. Do your art. Wallets. Do you make wallets? Is that what you're doing? Let me know. But yes, the things that make you happy, the things that make you feel good. This, I know it's a little twisted. This makes me happy. I love talking to you all. This makes me happy. I have been excited about this all flipping day, okay? I have been thinking about what we were going to talk about all day long. I've been hyped waiting for this because I enjoy being able to tell you something that is going to make you feel better. I enjoy that tremendously. That is my goal. When you get on a free call with me, which what is going on with this? I don't have anybody on my schedule all the way through the 25th. Come on and get on a free call with me. But that's my goal when I'm doing a free call, is I want you to feel a little bit better. By the time you get finished, I want you to see things a little bit differently than you did when you got on the phone with me. I want to challenge that thinking a little bit so that you can see what that's like. Because right now, everybody else has been encouraging the way you think. When you talk to me, I'm going to be challenging the things that you're thinking. And so when you come off that conversation with me, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel good. So come do a call with me. It's pinned to the top of the Love After Cheating page, and it's in my link tree over here on Instagram. So come and hit me up. It's an after infidelity discovery call. Go ahead and click on that. You can pick a date and a time, and we can talk one-on-one. You don't have to wait for Thursday. You can talk to me one-on-one. I'm only doing them until the 25th, so better get on that. I'm just saying. Paula said acknowledged his pain, but told him that was his baggage, and I didn't have the strength for both of us. Exactly. I am going to deal with my own healing. I am going to deal with what me and you are dealing with. I'm going to work on that. You are going to have to work on your own stuff. Okay? And that's exactly the way it should be, because you can't fix his stuff and he can't fix your stuff. We got to all be independent, and then we're pulling together towards the same goal, which is for us to be okay together. All right? Makes sense? Let's see. Any other questions? Oh, more questions. Okay. Mary Catherine said, how to deal with them having female friends or still be in contact with an ex that they claim is just a friend. Woo, boy. All right. That's hard, right? Okay. First of all, this is going to involve trust. We are going to trust. We are going to decide that we are willing to trust them and that they can have friends. They can have people that they know. I still am in contact with, or I'm still like Facebook friends with one or two exes. I think he may have an ex or two on his page, but we're not trying to be with those people. It's just people, Facebook will hook you up with the people that you used to know. Okay, all right. We're going to believe that he is going to be appropriate with the people that he is talking to, and that he is capable of having female friends just like you are capable of having male friends. My husband's very best friend in the entire world is a woman. They went to elementary school together. They have grown up together. They have known each other almost their entire lives. And she is a real friend. You know a friend, okay? A real friend. This is what she did. Our house burned down. Oh, it was 16 years ago now. Our house burned down. And we are, still covered in soot. Still got the smell of smoke in my hair. We have nothing because the house is burnt up, and we are out, and we have gone to the Red Cross. And by the time we had gone to the Red Cross and got in the hotel room, she had busted her tail. She had jumped in her car. She came from New Jersey to Virginia right then. As soon as we were like, our house burned down, she got in the car with her credit cards in hand, came down like she was coming riding to the rescue, and she took us to Walmart, and she bought us sheets and blankets and baby clothes and everything that we needed right that second. That's a true friend. I know that she's his friend. I know that this is not, oh, she just wanted to be with him, she just loved him. She took care of all of us because we were his. And that's her brother. And so she was going to take care of every single one of us. And that is exactly what she did. Okay. You know a friend. You know a real friend versus somebody who's acting a little suspect. I think you can tell if they got a friend and they're acting like a friend. Let them have their friend. You don't want to try and take people's friends away. That's a sign of abuse in relationships, is trying to control people's friends. If it's really a friend, they're acting like friends, let them have friends, okay? An ex that is just a friend, if they're not being inappropriate with them, let them have them. It doesn't hurt anything because you aren't going to terribly trust them anyway. This is an area where you can practice trust. Trust is like a muscle. You got to work it out. You got to work it out with resistance. You got to pump that iron. So your trust is just like that. You got to build it up with resistance. So you got to just do it. You got to give that trust even when you're not feeling terribly trusting, and it shows your body and your brain what you're trying to do. Is trying to trust. I'm going for trust. That's what I'm going for. I may fall short some of the time, but that is what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm working out with the intent of having. Makes sense. Hope so. Ooh, trying to go. Trisha. Oh, I didn't get to answer Trisha. Yes, there is a replay. If you are watching on Instagram, it'll be in my Instagram, in my videos. If you are watching on the Facebook group, Love After Cheating, it is in the media section. You just go to videos, and there are plenty of videos in there, and it is on YouTube. You can just go to Love Coach Dasha on YouTube, and all of these videos are there. Every video I've done for some months now. So all of those are in there. So go and check it out. All right. Angela. Oh, this is a good one too, Angela. On the forgiveness topic. I'm having trouble knowing when I should forgive him. When do I forgive him? How do I know it's time to forgive him? All right, Angela, that's what you want to do. Do what you want to do now. That's the best possible time to do it. If that's what you want, if that's what you're going for, start how you want to finish. If you want to forgive, forgive. And then don't think that it's just a one-time thing. I think that's where you're having trouble. You're thinking that this is just a one-time thing. I'm going to forgive him now, and then it's all better from then on. No. You're going to have to forgive on a regular basis. You're going to have to be reminding yourself when those thoughts come. You're like, wait. I know thought, but I forgave him. I forgave him yesterday. I'm forgiving him today. I hope to forgive him tomorrow. That is what I'm going for. I know you're mad. I get it. I know that we're hurt. I know that he did bad things, but I am choosing forgiveness. So forgiveness is not a one-time thing. It is every day I practice. Every day I am mindful about it. Every day I go towards forgiveness. And then one day you'll wake up and you don't have to travel anymore to get there. One day you're going to wake up and be like, I forgive. And it's going to be completely true, and you're going to feel great about it. And that comes with practice. You just got to be consistent about it. You got to be consistently trying to get to that place. All right? That makes sense to everybody? Let me know. Let me know if I'm talking crazy. I always ask you, let me know if you're like, girl, coach, you are nuts. I can't believe that you were saying this. I know, I get that. People say that to me on a regular basis, but what I'm saying works, okay? Let me run down the dreams formula real quick for you. I think I'm out of questions, but I'll run that down for you real quick. If you are just meeting me, just coming into my group, let me tell you a little bit about the dreams formula. Dreams formula is what I did, what I figured out worked step by step by step to get to a place of forgiving and healing and being vulnerable again and trusting again. All right. The D stands for making a decision. You got to make that decision. A lot of people ride the fence. A lot of people are like, I don't know if I want to forgive him. I kind of don't. And you sit on that fence and you get blisters in your butt, okay? You got to get off the fence. You got to decide that that's what you want. This person is worth it to me. He ain't got to be worth it to anybody else. Nobody else has to see what you see. I'm going to trust that you can see that this is the right person for you. My husband is my person, okay? Since the first moment I heard his voice and he gave me goosebumps. He has been my person ever since then. We talked for 3 hours. The first conversation that we had, we knew each other. Like I was like, where have you been, dude? I've been waiting for you. He asked me at the end of our first conversation, he said, if you're really the way you say you are, when are you going to marry me? I said, if you're really the way you say you are, pick a date, okay? You know if this person is your person. All right. You don't sit here and second guess yourself because they were an idiot. Okay. People can do idiotic things and still be your person. Okay. If you know that this is your person, you know you want to be with him, just go for it. Make the decision. All right. Then there's R, which is recognizing, then overcoming that fear speech. Fear speech is the stuff that's going on in your brain. The stuff that's triggered off by that animal part of your brain that wants you to be afraid and wants you to isolate and wants you to think that you're terrible and that's why he did this. That part of your brain. That part is a challenge. You've made this decision that is, for all intents and purposes to your brain, dangerous. It is actually not. It is just choosing the life that you want. It is choosing to be loved. And we're all on the line for that. We all could be hurt just because we want to be loved. That is not out of the ordinary. All right. But your brain will tell you that it is. And your brain will tell you all sorts of awful things. And then other people's brains will tell you all sorts of awful things. That is why I don't allow people to say, you should just leave them in the group. Okay. That is not the answer here because that's automatically fear speech. Oh, well, you should just leave. Well, you're not leaving. Why do I have to leave? Because you say so. Okay. You got to recognize your brain is telling you that and recognize that other people's fears will tell you the same thing. Their fears are speaking to your fears. When somebody is just completely agreeing with something that you got going on, but you feel like it's wrong, that's their fear talking to your fear. Okay, so we've got to recognize that. We got to overcome that fear speech. E is for evaluating the why, figuring out why he did this. Sick, sad, stupid. Those are the 3 topics. Sick is really sick. The autoimmune disease, mental, physical illness, all sorts of things, hormones, all sorts of things can be physically wrong with your body that make you do things that you shouldn't do. Okay. Then there's sad. Sad is a loss of some kind. Feeling like you lost himself. Feeling like the relationship with you was lost. Feeling like all sorts of things. Could be real actual grief from losing a person. All sorts of things can happen. All right. Then there is stupid. Stupid's not exactly what you think it is. Stupid is the stuff that other people tell us about being in love. A lot of men are told, oh, well, you got a good woman, get another one. Oh, she's pretty. What's her mama look like? You should go sleep with her mama. All sorts of awful things that people are told about being in relationships that are not good for us, that do not work for us. All right. So that's what the stupid part is. So it could be any one of those things. You know your mate. You can probably tell the why better than he can because you've got a little distance from it. You can see it better. There's A, which is allowing the healing to happen. You got to let down that wall. You got to get close again. We've got to be affectionate and be intimate and have sex and do fun things together and do things that are not focused on this trauma. We got to get back to our normal lives. And there is M, which is managing the triggers, managing those future triggers. You're going to have future feelings about this, okay? It's going to pop up sometimes in just the weirdest ways. You've got to know what you're going to do about that trigger before it happens. Got to have a plan. I think it was Angela. Angela, you said you worked your plan. You had the plan in place, and then when the trigger hit, you just did the plan, and it worked. There you go. When you're in your right mind, when you're feeling pretty good, and you come up with this plan, it will work when you are in that bad state of mind and you need some help. So automatically just know what it is that you're going to be doing, and, plan for deep breathing, plan for journaling, plan for going out and getting coffee, plan for, whatever it is will make you feel better, getting a hug, whatever will make you feel better about that trigger. Have that plan in place so that when that trigger hits, you know automatically what you're going to do. You're not going to go off and cause a problem in your relationship. You are going to do what you think the plan was. Felicia, it could be anything. It could be anything. I don't know I forget exactly what her plan was. She posted it in a group, but she worked it. She did exactly what she had already planned to do, and it worked. It's individual for everybody. Everybody has their own individual thing that will make them feel better. You could go to Starbucks and get. I love white chocolate mocha. It was hot as all get out today, but it made me feel comforted to go get myself a white chocolate mocha because it made me feel good. You know what I mean? Like, gotta have that plan in action. Paula, you say I love having a plan. That's awesome. It works. It really does. Alondra, you said, if I choose to stay here, we both need to work on it. And now if he does it again, I will know to move on. See, that's a whole bunch of qualifiers there, Alondra. Whole bunch of qualifiers there. Don't worry about all of that. Just choose to stay and work on it. Don't get all wrapped up in he needs to do this. And then if he doesn't do this, then I'm going to do this. You're planning for something that has not even happened. I'm talking about having a plan to feel better, not having a plan, well, if he cheats again and I'm going to leave. Don't say that to yourself because you might not, okay? You didn't this time. So if you're telling yourself that now, you're telling yourself that to try and comfort that monster, that anxiety monster in your head that's saying, well, if this ever happens again, then we're just going to leave. And that may or may not be true because you still are going to love him just as much as you love him now if it happened again. So don't set yourself up for failure like that. There's so many women that end up kicking themselves because they're like, I said that I would leave. Yeah, but you didn't mean it though. You said that. You tried to make him believe that, but it wasn't true. So don't say it if it's not really actually true. Don't say it until you know exactly how you feel in that situation. If that happened again, then consider what you would want to do. But right now, don't worry about his part in it. I promise you, you do not need him to start. Everybody always worries about that. Like, well, he's got to be on board. He's got to be doing this. He's got to be doing that. He does not. He could still be seeing her. You can start working on this and you can start changing this. Don't believe for 1 second that you are required to have his participation to start to fix this, okay? That's giving up too much power. You have power here. You can start to change things. That's what the 180 is. The 180 is all about you starting to do something that is different, that is taking care of yourself, that is controlling and regulating your emotions. And then when you start doing that, when you start to change, you change the things around you. People see you change and they start to adjust accordingly. So don't worry about his part. Only worry about your part. That's all you are required to do. If you get all wrapped up and worried about, well, what's he doing and why isn't he participating like I'm participating, you're going to mess yourself up. If you're just doing what you are supposed to be doing, steadily on along, working on your own healing, you will change what happens in your relationship. You will do it, not him. You will change it. Me and my husband are together because I did it. Not because he fixed it, not because he did better. It was because I chose him anyway. He was not doing better when I chose him. And then he started to do better because I chose him. Does that make sense? All right. I don't want you all putting that power into somebody else's hands. It's not theirs. It's your power. This happened to you. You are the one that says whether this works out or not. All right. Liska said, I would love to dedicate one healing live or a challenge series to building a plan. Girl, Aliska, go ahead on. You done gave me a new thing to do, girl. We about to do that. I'm still trying to move right now, so I haven't been doing any challenges. I haven't done a challenge since April. I've been trying to find a place. We've been trying to get move. We need to move out, but we've been struggling with that. Anybody know of a place in Virginia, hit me up. But yeah, I haven't done any challenges because we've been so focused on that. But that's a damn fine idea. I am all about that. I am all about that. Just making a challenge. That could be a whole 5 days. Making a plan to deal with these feelings later on. I am so with you. Yay is right. All right. Paulie said, thank you once again so much for your time. You're so welcome. I told you I love doing this. This is there's stages to healing, right? There is the devastation phase. You're boneless on the floor. There is regulation, where you're starting to collect your feelings. You're starting to regulate them again. There is recreation, where you are working on your relationship, and then you're working on it with your honey. You're starting to heal. You're starting to heal together. Then there is celebration. You have done it. You have come through this. You're feeling good. You're feeling like, yes, we made it. That's when you exchange vows again, get new rings, that type of stuff. Having that celebration to mark the end of this period. And then there is inspiration. That's the last phase, okay? When you're able to tell this story to somebody else without crying, you have fully healed. You are there. You are at that point. And that's why I like this so much. I hurt for years, and all of that was for all of you. All of that was so that I could come here every Thursday night and be able to tell you exactly how I hurt and exactly how I stopped hurting. And and now it's like, oh, well, okay, all right, yeah, I had to suffer a little bit, but it was worth it. It was worth it to be able to inspire you all that you all can do this. You can have exactly the relationship you want. You can be trusting again. You can be open again and loving and have a great relationship even after this infidelity. I know people will tell you that it's not true. People told me it wasn't true. They were lying. Their fear was speaking to my fear, and I just stopped listening to that. And that's why I want to do this, because I want you to stop listening to that. I want you to stop listening to the fear. Don't do what the fear tells you to do, because it's always leading you away from healing. It is always the hurting path when you are listening to the fear. You got to listen to the love. You got to listen to the good stuff in your life in order to be able to start healing. If you sit there and you're constantly thinking about, oh, he did me so wrong and I feel so bad, you're never going to heal. So I'm just glad that I get to do this. I'm glad that all of that pain was for something. It was for something. It was all that. Who knew? That's what it was. And it's going to be when you get to the point where you're healed and you don't cry, you don't get emotional when you talk about it, and you tell another woman, hey, I know that you're going through this. I know that you've been cheated on, but this your honey. You don't seem to be going anywhere. I'm telling you, you can actually work this out. You can get better. This is what happened to me. And then you tell her that story. Your story is going to be a roadmap for somebody else. You are going to share the healing path. You're going to come through with a machete and clear the path for them, okay? So it's just constantly giving back. After you have been through this type of thing, you're going to be able to give back because of it. And that is a wonderful thing. That is not a bad thing. It's a little hard right now. I know it is, but it gets better and you'll get better. Let's go. The trust challenge was great, right? It's always a good one. And building a plan challenge would be so much fun. Yes, it would. I love that. You all let me know. Does that sound like a great idea? Felicia, you just said you're like, what's the plan? We can work on that. I will figure that out and I will put that together. It may not be next month. It may end up being in September because, like I said, trying to do that. But I think we can work that out. I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm going to have to design that for us. That's a new challenge. I got a few challenges, but that's a new one. Thank you, Aliska. All right. Any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints? Anybody want to tell me I'm crazy? You can feel free. I don't mind. Somebody was getting in my face in the group earlier or yesterday, and trying to make me feel bad for telling people that they can heal. She was like, "Oh, you're always sugarcoating it, and this is just a terrible situation, and he's not doing the right thing, and they're never going to be able to be together again." I just do not believe that. I just don't. I have seen too many times that that doesn't happen. I've seen too many people stay together and try to work it out. So you can get there, okay? You just got to do a little different than you've been doing. That's all. What you're doing doesn't work. You got to try something else. And that's what I'm doing here, is trying to give you something else. So get on a phone call with me. Get on a Zoom call with me. It is at the top of my profile on Instagram. It is in the Love After Cheating group. It is an after infidelity discovery call. We can talk for 45 minutes. I'm going to help you. I'm going to get you on the path. We are going to have plans. We are going to have steps. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel a little more optimistic and more positive after you talk to me. And we're going to get you on the healing path. And then come and join my $297 program. It is only $297 right now because I need some testimonials. I need a few people to try it out in the way that I have formed it right now. I was doing it before, but I've changed it up. It is 8 Zoom calls. So you get once a week, you're going to talk to me for an hour on Zoom, 8 of those. And then there's also going to be weekly group meetings. I think I'm going to do like one in the morning and one at night. So like alternate it, 1 week in the morning, one week it'll be in the evening, so that everybody can actually come. Getting that group environment, get that mastermind thing going. I think that's what it's going to be called, the After Infidelity Mastermind. I think that's what it is tentatively. You're going to get a text support from me too. Text support, TEXT. Text support is you can text me anytime. I will give you a special number. You can text me whenever you feel like it, and I will get right back to you. I can't always get back to you in the group, but I can always get back to you. If you're in my tech support program, I'll text immediately back, help you, talk you down off the ledge, help you get wherever you need to be. Also in the program is daily messages from me. You're going to get daily emails from me. You're going to get affirmations every single solitary day. You're going to get journal prompts every single day from me directly to you, so that you're constantly working on it. You're constantly journaling, having something to journal, and you're constantly telling yourself positive things about yourself instead of telling yourself negative things about yourself, okay? You need that, because that's a big roadblock. If you keep telling yourself terrible things, you're going to believe terrible things about lots of things, okay? So we got to start interrupting that negativity a little bit, all right? Anything else in there? I think I'm going to do a little bit of a meditation thing too. I think people who will sign up, we're going to spend a week working on a little bit of meditation, working on a little bit of calming and soothing ourselves. It's going to be a thing, okay? I got stuff that I want to try out on you. I want to have you have the whole experience, and right now it is only $297. The program was $597 without the group aspect. But right now I'm trying it with the group aspect, so it's going to be a little cheaper just because I've never done it like this before. But that price is going up, okay? It's never going to be $297 again. So get on that. That's going to, next week, I'm going to say, I want to start next week on Monday, but I will say, I will give everybody until the 29th. If you were interested in getting into my group, dang, ain't got the money this week, you might have it next week. I'll extend it out until the 29th. You can get in on it. Let's see. Allie said the only thing you can't overcome is death. Girl, yes. That, and if he's a pedophile. I can't get with that. I understand, there's somebody for everybody, but that's one thing. If you hurt kids, I'm not going to want to be interested in you. But everything else that can go on in a relationship, the normal relationship stuff, like cheating, like, money problems, like in-law problems, all that stuff, all of that can be overcome except for death. Eventually you will lose each other to that. But other than that, you don't have to lose each other. Allie, where's the link? Where's the link for which one? The link for, hold on, I will give it to you right now in the comments. The link for a call. Hold on 1 second. I will put it underneath the video. And then the link for the program is in the group as well. I got to put it on my link tree, as a matter of fact. I just put it in the group yesterday. Here we go. Paste that. That is for the discovery call. Do you remain and start with one group? I'm trying to have it be one group to start off all at the same time, doing the same 60 days. That's why it's eight Zoom calls, because it's 8 weeks. So I'm trying to have everybody start off, have one cohort. I learned that word the other day. One cohort start at the same time, and then be working with that one group of women going through and get the testimonials and everything, and you all help me tweak it. And if you're like, this doesn't work, I'll figure out if there's things I need to take out, if there are things that would be helpful, to let me know so I can include them, because I want to make the program be as good as it can possibly be. People already like to have the one-on-ones with me, but I like the idea of having that group aspect when you're having other women who are just as serious as you are about healing this, about getting past this. It is good to do that, because then you can encourage one another, instead of my fear of playing off of your fear and we got to battle both of our fears together. It's, hey, I hear your fear, I felt like that too, here is how I overcame that fear. You know what I mean? Instead of just feeding into each other, we are feeding into each other in a good way. So yes, that is the After Infidelity Mastermind. That is in the group. And Felicia, you're over on Instagram, but you'll be able to see it. And then I'm going to put the thing for the link for the program up there too. 1 second. Because I'm trying to tell you, I think this is going to work very well. People already liked it without the group aspect. I think with the group aspect in it, it's going to be very, very effective for helping you heal. 60 days usually is a great amount of time to do it. Here, let me copy that. 60 days working on something steadily will change your habits. It only takes about 60 days to make a habit. Is there a limit number in the group? I am trying to only have 10 people, because I'm going to be talking to you every single solitary week for an hour, and we're going to have the group meeting every week for an hour. So I'm only trying to have 10. I have 4 women who are very interested in doing it right now, so I only have maybe about 6 spots left. So there is the link for the program. It used to be my Foundations Coaching program, but I think it's going to end up being called the After Infidelity Mastermind. We are getting together, we are vibing together, we are helping one another get to that better place. So I like the idea of calling it a mastermind. I've seen that before. All right, let's see. Any other questions? Nothing there. Got my link to my calendar. Come on, get on my calendar. There's spots open all the way through Monday. So come on. Come on, talk to me. I want to talk to you now. I want to talk to you. I want to help you. All right. There we go. I think that's about it. All right. Perfect, Paula. Good. I'm glad. Caroline, he said, are the group meetings going to be recorded? I'm not in the U.S., so the times might be hard for you. Yes, indeed they are. But I have anticipated that, so I'm going to, every other week, it's going to be in the morning, and like every other week, it'll be in the evening. So I think that's going to cover even people who are in a different country. I think that's going to end up working out. We got to see, once everybody gets into the group, once everybody signs up, I'm going to send out emails to you, and then we're going to figure out exactly what would be good times to meet in the morning or in the evening. But yes, I'm excited about this. Girl, I want to get you all in. I want to get some testimonials. I want to get some feedback on it to find out if it's as great as I think it is, but I think it's pretty great. The people that have tried it without the group program think it's pretty great. So now with the group program attached to it, I think it's going to be fantastic. So I want to do that with you. So come on, sign up, girls. Come on, sign up. I cannot wait to get started. All right. And if I really, really need to, I can add a few more times. If you just don't see a time on my calendar and you're just like, I just can't make it any of these times, it just doesn't work for me, just message me. Message Love Coach Dasha, message the page, message me on Instagram, and I will get back to you. Or send me an email, info@lovecoachdasha.com. Send me an email and be like, I can't figure out a good time to get on your calendar. Do you have a spot open this time and this date? And I will work with you. I got no problem with that. If I can do it, then I will work with you. All right. All right. Any other questions? I'm trying to tell you, I'm excited about the program starting. I have the Recovery and Reconciliation program. That's a monthly thing. That's a monthly subscription. You come, we have a meeting already every Wednesday. Last night I wasn't able to do it because my sister has COVID and I had to go over and make sure that my nephew was fed and stuff like that. But usually we meet every week on Wednesday. We have great conversations with a great group of women, but they're a little bit further along the healing path. So I wanted to do this to get to the women who are really having a hard time. They haven't got there yet. They're trying to gather your emotions. I wanted it to be for a little bit less advanced women who are trying to get there, trying to get to that good place where they feel good about the relationship again. They're happy again. I want you to be happy. All right. Any other questions? Thank you all so much. So many of you have been hanging in with me. It's been like an hour and 35 minutes. You actually wanted to listen to me talk this long. I feel so special. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I know I can talk fast. I know I talk a lot, but I got a lot to say on this subject, and I want to answer every question that I possibly can when I'm on here, because you deserve it. You deserve to have some answers to your questions finally. I found these answers, and I realized that a lot of the things that people were telling me was like dead wrong. And I was like, oh, I need to share this. I need to tell people like, oh, these answers, yeah, that answer is not going to help you. This answer will help you a little bit better. All right, so to wrap things up, let's get a little affirmation going for the day. Affirmation for today is, today I am powerful. See, isn't that what I've been talking about the whole time? I just picked that one. Look at that. I just picked that one out of the deck. Today, can you see it over there? Yeah, I am powerful. Today I know that I have the power and wisdom to accomplish everything I choose to do. Today I'm powerful. Today I am powerful. I know I have the power and wisdom to accomplish everything I choose to do. If you choose to heal, you absolutely can. If you choose to forgive, you absolutely can. This choice is not about him. It really isn't. It's about how you feel about him. Okay? So go for it. Go for what you want. All right? Allie, you're welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Paula, you're so welcome, girl. Everybody get on my calendar. If you're seeing this now or you're seeing it on the replay, go get on my calendar and come on and talk to me. Come get in my program. I want to show you. I want to show everybody. It excites me so much. I want to show everybody, like, you can fix this. You don't have to stay like this forever. You can do better. You can feel better. But it requires a little consistency. I'm only here like every week, and I can answer questions in the group. But I can't answer every question in the group. It's too many people. I'd be doing this. This might be my full-time job. So I want my full-time job to be coaching, not necessarily answering questions online. So I'm trying to go ahead and do this program. Anna, you're so welcome. All right. I think that is about it, y'all. I think we're all done. So don't do what the fear tells you to do. Always look for the healing path. If you know it's wrong, don't do it. And go ahead and love who you love. There's very, very little love in the world today, and we need all of it we can get. So if you love this person, just trust that. Love them. Okay? Just go ahead and go for it. It's going to be all right. Okay? All right, y'all. That's about it for me. I will see you again next week, right here, Thursday Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. for the Healing Hour Live. Thank you so much for joining me and staying with me so long today. And I'll see you again then, okay? Bye.